Hey everybody, Father David here. Thursday, the day after Ash Wednesday. It's been a very busy week in our parish. It's busy anyway throughout the year with faith formation going on and so many other groups that meet in the life of the parish on a normal week. Plus, you add on the Ash Wednesday, so we have many people coming by to begin the season of Lent with ashes. Throw in an extra trip to UMass Dartmouth. I had to be there last night for the 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Mass. And Deacon Frank, fortunately, we had a deacon there who did the earlier services in the day that were pretty full. That's why Deacon Brennan did the service last night at St. John's at 7 p.m. And we're off and running. In addition to all of this, we also had 3 funerals this week, which for St. John's is a lot. And this is only the second time in my almost 4 years as the pastor that we've had 3 funerals come in for the same week, which I kind of chuckle. When I was in Centerville, we'd sometimes have, sometimes we'd have 2 funerals in the same day. And I know they're through a busy stretch. I think they had 8 funerals called in the time period that we had the 3 called in. So I guess it's all relative to a certain extent. But for our little parish, that it's a lot of resources, and a lot of resources got strained with everything else going on this week. But we are starting Lent. An exciting time, a time of spiritual renewal, of taking time and being more mindful of a relationship with the Lord and opening ourselves to His graces to grow even closer to Him. So we have some extra activities going on throughout the season of Lent, whether they're gathered or resources like the daily reflections that we're emailing out in the morning, and other resources that on the newsletter and the website have some of that. We've had some glitches with the website this week. Hopefully we have most of them corrected as of yesterday afternoon. I think there's a couple things that we're still missing from there, and hopefully we'll get them all up to date sooner than later. I do invite you to take a look at the newsletter. In a couple of weeks, we're going to do a parish retreat instead of a traditional mission. And we're basing it based on what originally were referred to as busy student retreats that we did within the daily life of a college student. Amidst their activities on campus and classes, they'd take some extra time for prayer and meeting with a spiritual director and looking for God in the everyday. And they've, a few years ago, began being referred to as busy person retreats because more than students got involved with the faculty and staff, and then they've been done in parishes. And Sister Jane has a lot of experience with her order of doing busy person retreats on some of their college campuses. And so we're trying that model here. That will be, I can't remember the date when that's March 12th, I believe, is that Sunday that it begins. And we have, again, it's an opportunity where a person commits themselves to 20-30 minutes of prayer that day. In addition to that, we've added a couple other opportunities for people to gather for prayer or spirituality purposes. The opportunity, if one wishes to meet with a spiritual director, either individually or as a group, that kind of help identify where God's at work in one's life. And, hopefully the thought is once we get that practice for a week, maybe on our own, we'll want to do it for a second week or a third week. So check the newsletter. There's there's material, information in there about that retreat week and some of the events that we have going on. And if you aren't able to participate in the busy person retreat aspect, but you could do 1 or 2 of the events, by all means, please feel free to join us anytime that week. A lot of exciting things happening in our parish, and the season of Lent busy enough, and it goes right into a very busy season of Easter. And then we have confirmations right after that. Even at the Easter Vigil, we'll have some baptisms and confirmations and First Communions. We have about 20 or so of our young people being confirmed 2 weeks after that. And then we go to First Communions, and before you know it, we're in the summertime. So keeping everybody in your prayers. Please pray for me, and we'll see you at church.